Good evening humans, Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Finster figure from Hasbro. And, Mighty Morphin is great. I love Zyuranger, and they really did there's a lot of love that went into this Finster figure, so let's stop delaying and get right into this review. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, Finster looks absolutely incredible, and as I said in the intro, a lot of love went into this figure, and not a character that I would have expected to see this level of detail put in, but just absolutely love to see it. And starting off, you can see the detail in that head sculpt. It looks very much show accurate, like they did the white on the beard. The gold's just really nice, and the clarity of the plastic and the glasses is just beautiful. I would not have expected that. Again, just tiny details that really come out. Not only that, but we have all the tools painted on the tunic thing here, and yeah, it just looks really nice. Not only that, the texture here is really cool. Very just nice and delicate. It looks real, and that's fantastic. I just absolutely love it. And as you can see here, more textures here on the undershirt, as well as the overshirt, and they're slightly different textures as well, just giving it some really nice depth. And I mean, this does make sense because Finster is a sculptor, and I remember seeing the sculptor of this piece on Twitter just say that he had an absolute ball doing this because, I mean, you're sculpting a sculptor and you get to throw that, kind of nod in, as in all these tools were stuff that, he used in his own practice. So very cool, and just excellent details and everything all around, just expertly done. Moving along to accessories, we get an absolutely beautiful loadout here, and let's get right into it. So we'll start with hands. And we do get just a couple of standard gripping hands, both with vertical hinges, which is just excellent. It gets a nod of approval from me, as you know if you've watched my reviews before. And beyond that, we get a left kind of relaxed hand, which, as you saw in the last section, kind of works as kind of the touching the arms of his glasses sort of hand. Then we get a pinching style hand, done really great sculpt on there. Just really love that. And then we get a scalpel type tool with a little bit of silver paint on the end, which is really nice. A little worried with how small that is because I don't want to lose that. Then we get to the magnifying glass, done really well. Again, we get that just beautiful clarity and the clear plastic, beautiful gold, and then just some standard red up here for the band. Then we get a couple more tools. We get a roller, really nice bright silver. Actually kind of looks like aluminum foil, but really nicely done. Then we get kind of a scraper / patter tool. Really, again, great sculpt. Nice, just basic silver paint on the brown plastic. Then finally, we get the case. Ultimately, we get this case done really nicely. You can see there's a little putty in there already. Outside, nice wood grain on there, and some kind of rivets and stuff like that. It does fold in half. I have heard from other people and seen other reviews where they said that this middle piece is a little stiff. Definitely just heat that up if that's an issue. Mine doesn't seem to be too bad. So I'm not too worried about it, but definitely definitely be careful because of the nature of it. And then we get a couple of putties. So we get one with the kind of ball hand and one with the kind of knife hand. And those do fit into this case. And you can just kind of slide them in right there. And they fit in nicely, and I guess they do fall out pretty easily, but you can actually keep them in the case. So again, if you don't want to lose them because they are very tiny parts, you can just put them in there and close this up. So that is accessories. Articulation is where the biggest surprises come in for this figure, and honestly, they could have phoned it in. This is not a character that moves around a lot or does anything crazy, but they've really used everything nicely, and they even went with single joints, which we'll get into. But starting from top to bottom, as we do, we are on a kind of barbell joint here at the head. Let's see if I can get off easily. There we go. So that's what you're working with there. So you're getting a little bit of movement, and from there, you get absolutely excellent down. Not so much up, but again, you don't really need to. But then you get some just beautiful tilt. Not only that, but the jaw is articulated. And I didn't get to this in aesthetics, kind of because I, kind of was waiting for the surprise here. But I mean, beautifully painted teeth and the inside of the mouth. So just really just great attention to detail there. And so you're going to get about that open and you can fully shut. Then we have our butterfly joints. So we're coming back and forward about that far. We are hinged here at the shoulder, coming up to our T-pose. We are single jointed at the elbows, coming to way past 90, so really good range there. Also, that's where we're getting our swivel because we don't have a bicep swivel. For the wrists, hinge and swivel. All of the hands are actually vertical hinges with the exception of the one, that one like kind of glasses holding left hand, or relaxed left hand, pardon me. And then we come down to the nothing in the diaphragm, but we do have at the waist a ball joint, so we're coming around that way. So our crunch is about that much, and some actually really decent back. So we got that, then we come down to the hips, and we are doing full-on splits. Again, not something this character ever really needs to do, but it's awesome that it's there. Then we have thigh swivel. We have single jointed knees, which are bringing us just past 90. And while we don't have traditional boot cut, we do have a lower kind of almost ankle cut, and not too much on the point. Again, doesn't need it, but because of the sculpt of the boot, we're not really going to get too far. Coming up, kind of barely at all as well. But we have some absolutely beautiful rocker going on. So Hasbro continues to reign supreme there. So that's Articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here he is with some other Lightning Collection figures, with some other Hasbro, with some imports, with some monsters. Finally, with an Articulated Icons Oni and yours truly in human form as an Articulated Icons Ninja. So my final thoughts on the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Finster figure is that this is pretty much the definition of a sleeper hit. It's a character that is, definitely featured in every episode and, has a very important role. However, is more or less background and, they're not really moving around a lot, but there's so much here, like everything with the articulation, the aesthetics in terms of attention to detail, and the accessories just absolutely put this over the top. So absolutely, if you like Zero Ranger or Power Rangers at all, I would highly recommend picking this up. Even if you just like the character design, definitely give this a look. And this is an Amazon/Hasbro Pulse exclusive. I got mine through Hasbro Pulse. I think it's still available on there as a matter of fact. So I will include links below to where you can get yours. And so please check that out. And beyond that, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, and/or sharing. And beyond that, I will have other ways to help the channel in the description below as well. So please check those out. And with all that being said, ultra thanks to you one last time for watching, and I hope you take care of yourself, take care of those around you, and most importantly, stay weird, simians.